early morning start in the truck can only mean one thing. Well, it could mean two, but we actually have to have a little lamp on because it's so dark. Summertime. We're not salmon fishing quite yet, but we are getting ready to go meet a couple of the usuals. One you're used to, one you're not. Gonna do some walleye fishing here, but a little different twist, or at least that's the intention. So stay tuned. We'll let you figure it out as we do. Captain Chris, we're back.
Yep.
We got your loud motor. You don't have a Verado.
No.
It's loud. We don't have lights on. Yeah. What are we doing?
We're going trolling, shallow.
But we're doing something different, aren't we?
Yes.
Don't tell them quite yet. We gotta make sure it works.
Yeah.
Different than we've done. Normally this time of year we're fishing lead core deep. Here's another option. We also brought somebody else. It's my brother-in-law, Justin. Here's the deal. He's got to put up with my sister 365. One trip a year is not enough payment, but that's what we're gonna do. Good news is she doesn't watch these videos except for when they're on them. So you guys want to go check out when my little nephew there trout fishing. I know she watched that like 25 times, but here's the thing. New day, different deal. Hopefully it works. Another thing in the springtime we're gonna show you. Chris, that one started jerking pretty good there. What are you thinking?
Yeah. Like I say, it's a short lead, but it seemed a little sheepy.
So the boat hasn't even been on plane. We got one going here. Do you want to tell them what we're trying to do?
Yeah, we're in less than 10 foot of water, and we're burning Hottentots. A good old classic Hottentots.
And a little wrinkle?
Yeah, we're actually three-way rigging with silver streak spoons.
Little juniors. So tell us a little bit, because me and you have done this a lot, but we've never done it on camera. And it's actually been a little while since we fished shallow together in here. So tell me a little bit about what's going on there. Oh, we got inside too.
We got a double.
Now the good news is, we've got my brother-in-law here, because you know I don't like to crank fish in. That's for those guys. But we're gonna come back to exactly what we're doing, because I got a feeling we're gonna need a net here and have a whole bunch of hot mess.
One on your side too. Fucking three banger right away here. Okay. The fun part of me though is if I got two on at once. That'll happen.
What are we doing? You want the net, or are you going to manhandle it?
I got it.
Oh yeah, look at him spoon eating son of a gun. Oh yeah, that's a hot mess.
Part of it.
It's the right flavor. It's on the spoon too.
That's funny. Not a bad ratio though, at least. 1 and 1.
Well, we got double the chances.
I mean, I'm just being as in a, for,
Oh, a little pink panty action there.
rod variety of stuff. To figure out, hopefully dial in at least some kind of color. As I was reeling it in. Got him out.
Okay.
Somebody's having dinner tonight.
Spoon again. We got off the hang.
I know I got, well, this one I was getting close to it, and that one was another fish bread. So.
Keep coming, Justin.
Sit that one down and grab this one to kind of.
Boom. Panties number 12. Chris, there's a lot of our friends out here. Justin, what do you think? Was that a little bit of good chaos or bad chaos?
It was good chaos.
Good chaos, yeah. He's a very positive person. So craziness though, so we're running a 1/4 ounce tot, junior silver streak spoon, that's the small one on there, and every fish so far, at least that we've landed, has been on the spoon.
Yep, all been on the spoon.
So the spoon needs a diving device. Instead of using something like a jet, we're actually using a crankbait, because then we've got another opportunity of catching a fish. And how many doubles do you think you've caught in your time?
At least a couple dozen for sure.
Yeah, it happens. Sometimes they get off though, they fight each
Yeah.
other kind of off. But 2 spoons, maybe 2 fish. So we just checked our stuff. That's key right now.
Yeah,
right?
we just checked everything. We ended up having a little bit of seaweed on one of them, because like I say, we're up in the shallow, and then had a very small white perch. So we reset and we made a turn back to where we were getting them. And then here we are, we're hooked up again. And he's bringing it across and getting into a little traffic here, but.
So one other thing is we kick the speed up a little bit. So with those spoons, when you want to air, it's generally want to air a little faster. And the other thing is we've got pretty short leads, so we're just taking them right over the top of the other, which is normally a little bit of a shaky situation.
And we also had one earlier when we were taking it over top. The other one got a bite and went right into it. So it can happen to you that way too. All right, board here.
So Chris, what do we got going on now again?
Oh, we got another one going on the other side. Same scenario, middle board coming over top our inside. Like I say, the leads are short enough that we should be able to maneuver this.
We got interrupted by a fish, but tell us why you like them. We want them back at the beginning, right?
Yeah, we want them back at the beginning, and then we're gonna get the board off, and we keep them back so that the line angle then when we're going to the fish, so the fish cannot get under the boat. When they're reeling up from the console, that angle is so hard to net them.
Everybody wants to run to the consoles when we get the towards the net. I don't really know why, but that's what they do.
He's coming back a little bit. There you go.
Once we get that board off, we're coming back.
Looks like the right flavor.
getting back into the area seems to make, oh, we got a triple. Boys, we got our hands full.
Yeah.
Speeding up and then getting back into the area, this is why it's so important to hit, you know, a waypoint when you get through an area. It just, those little areas is where the biters can be, even though there's fish all over the place. That's smoked.
I know, it's probably like, I said, to get in the right area where they're at, it's like, apparently, like I say, they're more this way than they are. Hold up. Okay. Back. Out.
Now what happened there, Chris? We got something a little different, don't we?
Yeah. Wrong flavor, but oh no, he's actually not, just a little.
No, what? But he's on
The hot top this time.
the old pattern. How many fish do you think you caught in the tot through the years?
Gosh, countless.
How many do you think you caught on Lake Erie? Home of the tot. Thank you, Storm family. Christmas is getting a little busy in here. Apparently all people besides us don't like spending money on gas in a boat.
Yep.
We have not been on plane yet. We have not put the boat on plane. Skinny water, and so a little bit of talking about why this is happening. Oxygen. These fish are generally super deep, but we're in the extreme western basin, so we don't get super deep, right?
No.
So there's weeds in here, there's oxygen, that's why these fish are in here, and also a lot of little bait. When you look in Chris's boat tonight, he's getting a lot of cleaning up to do because there's a lot of little minnow, tiny minnows there.
All right, I was just letting this one out, getting ready to hook the board on, and had one go here.
Chris, this is not the right type of double.
No, but it's a double though, right?
But Chris, we have a quad on right now.
Well, look at that. Do it once, I mean, hey.
Oh boy. I'm even gonna get it on the reeling, Chris, even though I think this one might not be the right flavor. However, you know,
Hey, you don't have a choice today.
some of these guys,
Oh, this one looks like the right one.
Of course. Here's the thing though, a lot of these that can't be
All right,
sheep
come all the way to
head
the
or
back, try to be by my hip. There you go.
talk them through it.
Thank you. Keep coming. There you go, keep coming. Scooping. Got it. Good job, thanks. That one was on the spoon.
Here, no rest for the wicked. So, the spoons have been dominant so far, have they not, Chris?
Yeah, definitely.
Now, is that typical, do you think?
You know, I think it kind of varies. But like I say, the spoons today are definitely doing it. But it's nice having both baits down there because it at least gives them a choice. Plus, like we were saying, the spoons don't dive by themselves.
So, one thing that I think we need to stress to people is they want to start cranking, and we've only caught 1 or 2 sheephead, but we've caught some really big walleyes through the years doing this too, and they act just like a sheephead, right? So
Yep.
don't go crazy on your cranking.
Yeah, especially here with these short leads. I mean, it doesn't take much. I mean, that fish moves a little bit. They feel a lot bigger than, you know, maybe even what they are or whatever. So it can be hard sometimes to know if it was a sheephead or a walleye. I mean, I could barely move this thing.
That's what I was saying. We definitely
Watch me have a walleye and a freaking sheephead on it. That'd be awesome.
You know, I have done that.
Oh, I know. That's what's cool about having double, you know, the double lures. Because I mean, you look at right now. If we just came out this morning, and ran all hot and tots, I don't know, we probably would have caught a fraction of what we caught already.
Yeah.
So it just shows.
I have not been keeping up on your counter.
Middle one just got the same. But it just kind of shows having a variety of lures, and sometimes you catch another, you know, get onto a different pattern real quick, you know. All right, that one's got one there, and then your middle one over here. Sure. That's a really large. That's a very large walleye.
It's a very large walleye. Yep, very large walleye.
Yeah. See, you talk about the horsing it in, right?
Chris, I believe we talked about this, not horsing them because they could be a good walleye.
Yeah,
and he's on the tot. We've been talking a little bit of noise about the tot, and that thing is T-boned in its mouth. One other thing I want to talk about is water clarity, right? So even like we were salmon fishing this spring, and those guys, we went in and they didn't even set lines because the water was so clean.
It's actually a double.
A double walleye.
Double walleye, guys.
Double walleye biggins. Oh my, that's a largemouth.
Oh, wait.
There's a bass in there.
Oh, crazy.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Wow, that's cool.
One. Two. What are they doing hanging together?
Wow, look at that. A smallmouth and
A largemouth.
oh yeah, it's a largemouth and a walleye. At first it looked like a double walleye because of being the same colors. Wow, that is awesome.
And
He's on the top.
the old totter. But we ain't got much time to talk, Mr. Chris, because here we go again. We got a little bit of chaos in the boat here. Don't step backwards, Justin. We have fish on the floor. Justin getting in on, picking up on the bites there. You smelt it, you get dealt it. So Chris, we made a little change here. We got the sunglasses on, the hoodie up. The sun came up very quickly. It's gonna be a warm one. We won't be here to see it, but we made a little bit of a switch, right? Like one of my favorite things to do in here is burning cranks right near the bottom. And so tell us what we kind of set up on one side of the boat.
So what we ended up doing is we switched one side to all wiggle works. So we're going back to the classic wiggle wart and got away from the 3-way rig on that side and just see what happens with that.
See if the size changes, maybe no sheephead, because we did get quite a few sheephead on that double sampling, if you will. So Chris, people that are gonna come out and do this, right? There's a lot of water out here. We're near shore, obviously. We're near some weed beds and things like that. We're going between 2 and 3 miles an hour, so you can cover a ton of water, but that's why we're using the spoons and wiggle warts and hot tots and things that like to go fast, right? But tell them one of the keys, I'll see if your key's the same as mine, is how we kind of narrow down this water before we even put a lure in it.
So what we were doing is just visually color of the water. You know, you can have clean water, dirty water, kind of in between water, and we actually found that where the dirtiest water is definitely where the fish are being held. And a lot of that has to do with the bait fish. The bait fish are hiding in that dirtier water, which in turn attracts the game fish. And we have definitely found a stretch here about a good quarter mile or so that's definitely dirtier than the surrounding areas.
And when you say dirty, it's really, it's that like light brownish, greenish, it's
Yep.
where the plankton is, it's the food pyramid, right?
Yeah, and you know, like I say, you probably still got a good 2 to 3 foot visibility. It's not like you say, you know, farm field mud or anything. It's just enough that, like you say, it's giving the fish a little shelter or a little, like you say, attracting the bait fish. Maybe a little more algae and stuff in the water at that point, and like I say, they're just holding in it.
And that's really always been the case. If you find that Caribbean blue water, there's generally not a whole lot in it. What do you got going on there? Let's talk about this.
This one really ripped back.
Yeah. Well, you know what really rips back? A largemouth and a walleye on the tandem rig.
Yeah, that's true, but this one feels a little sheepy though. It's got a lot of sheephead bounce going on.
We'll check back in.
All right, checking back in on our fish. It actually looks like a very large walleye on the spoon.
Christopher, we have a hot mess again. We just talked about...
No, wait, he's actually on the hot pot, isn't he? Yeah,
Christopher, we talked about why we weren't going to let him go over the top again.
Check out
Summertime donkey right there.
He was on the black and gold tot.
So me and Chris do things differently. Now I'm not going to dog him, but we're seeing a few tangles here. You know, we're trying to go across the top. So realistically, you know, you get these fish on here, you're going to want to start getting your leads pretty close and figure out real fast what you're catching on, right? Because the reason for that is our leads are staggered too much, so we're grabbing another line and we're trying to fish tight. There's boats around, we're trying to make kind of tight turns on these fish, and so that's causing some problems. And really the real problem is the 3-way deal has so much more stuff going on that it's kind of a mess to get undone. So catching is not a problem, but sometimes it can be when you get them all kind of whacked up. Chris, what's going on here?
Well, we had a little bit of a tangle there, as you seen in the last clip. And then we're letting it back out and caught another one on.
Yeah, that's good. Fishing. Yeah, catching. Three-way rig. Naughty. So what that one hit? Spoon?
That one is on the spoon this time.
Oop. So Chris, you're undoing some tangles. This is really nice that I'm a co-captain today and you're the captain.
Yeah.
It's a nice Fish USA shirt. That's a new one. That's a patriotic shirt. They call it.
I even wore it on 4th of July.
I would. That's nice. I would like you to check that rod that I've put over there. You can't catch them in the boat. Do we have one on that?
No.
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 It was grinding bottom then, huh?
Grinded, yep. Looks like the right flavor. Man, he hit and hang, didn't he? Oh, yeah. Oh, they started reeling here and he was like bouncing. There it comes back.
Chris, you called that a walleye.
Oh, jeez.
Chris, you're starting to slack on me here because
I am.
He jumped.
Twice today.
Chris, what is that? We're gonna get you a species identification book for Christmas.
Looks like another largemouth.
Christopher, we slid out deeper. Is that what you have to do when it gets all sunny and there's too many boats around?
Yep. Well, it usually pushes the fishes out, so we moved out a little bit, and here we go. We've got 2 on right now.
But what else did we do?
We deepened our leads.
Slide out, let more line out. So we're switching around a little bit. Crankbaits have caught in some good fish.
Yep.
Spoons have caught the most fish, which is not really surprising here, especially with all the really small minnows. Justin is hooked up again, this time a little different. Jet 30, pretty steep dive curve, so we don't have to tangle, don't have to let out much line, and a little spoon. What are you thinking, Chris?
I don't know.
I mean, we've had a few.
Yeah, we've definitely been getting into the kitty cats.
I mean, that's just going to happen in that skinny.
Yeah, I mean,
skinny 80-degree water.
That's the thing. It's, it's 80 degree. You got a lot of bait fish and things in there. So, as you know, we've already caught some largemouth. I mean, you got quite a few different fish are going to be in there. Part of it.
I think we need to switch the spoon color though.
And the same with these freshwater drum. They're in there also.
We've had a few junk fish, but I believe
this is the right one.
I believe this is the right flavor. So was it the color?
Yeah, because we put it back the same lead.
Well, I put it 5 ppm.
Oh, okay. We'll look at that.
Oh, we almost.
We got lucky on that one.
Do you want to talk about that, Chris? I mean, Chris, you run some trips with us here, big water fishing. That net job, people, if you guys are fishing with Chris, we're going to pretend that we didn't see that net job. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mishap there, but, it was still a good catch.
I mean, you got him, but that's fishing ugly. Chris, we're about to wrap up our day because when you get up early, you get to finish early, right?
Yep, for sure.
So tell us kind of what happened today. Give us a recap. We started skinny.
Yep, started skinny.
Like 8 foot skinny?
Yep, 8 foot. And then we're like 8 to 10 foot. Like I say, we're running hot and tots and spoons through a rigged. And then now the sun is, like you say, been getting up higher in the sky, so we moved a little deeper and we also let more line out. And we've also noticed that spoons have been working a little better. So we actually switched over to some Jet Diver 30s and running the spoons off of them. and started catching fish again.
And wiggle warts normally are our deal here, and that just, they didn't want
Yeah,
those
we
as
ran
much
them today, and yeah, for some reason the fish just weren't wanting them. Like I say, it's a spoons. We did get some on the hot tops though.
Actually, a couple big ones.
Yeah.
We had a double.
Yep, we had doubles. We actually had a couple double white bass. We caught a really nice largemouth and a walleye at the same time.
Out in the net.
Yeah.
So here's the three-way rig kind of broken down. What we've got is we've got a typical three-way swivel. Chris has got a little snap here. You know, using like 30-pound braid, the P-line Endurex is what I really like on that. But we got that snap so we can disconnect this stuff like anything else. We've got the swivels in here. And then we've got 2 leaders. So you're gonna notice that Chris tied one up a little bit longer. You always want the spoon, because it's gonna be the higher one, to be a little longer. Believe it or not, they don't tangle much. So we've just got little dual lock. These are VMC number 2 snaps on there, and offset like 2 and 3 feet, maybe not quite that. And here's the little trick though that I would give you. Chris has got some fluorocarbon line here. Use some P-line Shinsei leader material, probably at least 20, if not 25, or maybe 120, 125. They're going to be much stiffer than this, and they're not going to tangle as much, or when they do, you can almost just kind of pull those things right apart because they're not going to be limp. It's not going to cost you any bites at all. You're going to have a lot less tangles and a lot more durable. Put one of those things together, and you can fish it for just about anything. Key here is you don't want anything that's going to dive too crazy deep. Hot and tots and wiggle warts are some of our favorites. And then you have to have a flutter spoon. Smaller seems to be better. A little Silver Streak Junior here. That's kind of been our go-to for just about forever. That's the rig.